Rambling Rector here. I thought I'd continue my series on prayer, the power of prayer, and one of those big questions that seems perhaps to get asked but never answered, so I'm going to give it a go. The question really is, what happens if we ask for stuff in prayer and it's not given to us? What does that mean? Does that prove that God does not exist? Now, I refer to the, if you like, Bible on this topic. Very, very good. Christian Prayer for Dummies. And I've never been led astray by that amazing book. It's very simply written and it's absolutely wonderful. And it makes the point extremely well. If we, for example, pray for, I don't know, a Maserati bi-turbo Spider. I've always wanted one of those. I'm hoping perhaps that somebody will watch this video and will say, oh, I've got a spare one of those. The Rambling Rector can have that. Well, that'd be lovely. But I've always quite fancied a Maserati bi-turbo Spider. So assuming that I take the view literally that if I ask for something, God will provide it, because that's certainly in the Bible, then I need only to pray hard enough and it will be provided. So if I get down on my knees this afternoon and pray for my Maserati bi-turbo Spider to be miraculously delivered to my house, and tomorrow morning when I wake up it's not here, I might think I haven't prayed hard enough. So of course the solution is to pray a little bit harder. By day 3 I might have felt that I'm probably praying as hard as I possibly can. Maybe I could pray a little bit harder, but it doesn't seem to be working at all, and nothing seems to be appearing on the driveway in front of my home, and that's quite disappointing. Is the fault with me? Am I not praying hard enough? Am I not praying for the right thing? And I think the answer is possibly a little bit of everything. The important thing to remember about prayer, particularly when we are asking for something, is to make us mindful of the thing that we are asking about. It's also important to recognise that God is not a fruit machine. God is not a lottery. God does not pay out just because we ask. But God does provide. It may not necessarily be the thing we've asked for, but it is the thing that we need. And this is really important. Some of you might have heard me talking about the parable of the workers in the vineyard, and they go out for their day's pay when they're finished, and some of them say, but I was working the whole day and I've got exactly the same amount. The point is the amount was enough to feed an individual for the day, and that's what they really needed. What they wanted, I suppose, was more money, but what they needed was enough to buy the things that they had. Now, that's not necessarily another way of saying that you have to just put up and shut up with what you're given, but at the same time reflect on the fact that you may not necessarily be asking for what you actually need as opposed to what you want, and that you might be given the answer to your prayer, but in a form other than that which you would prefer. So an example of that would be, obviously I would like a Maserati bi-turbo Spider, preferably with white leather interior, but it doesn't have to be. I'm not going to be fussy. But what I'm really needing is a form of transport. That's most important, and it's only my pride and ego and arrogance that demands a Maserati, as lovely as they are, because what I really need is a car. And actually, though I need a car, God has given me legs, and I can actually get to the shops and buy the things that I need quite happily with my legs. And in fact, weirdly, it's better for me. So although in my perfect world, I'd like to drive to the shops in my Maserati and buy my loaves of bread and come home again in comfort, actually, the best solution for me is none of those things, but actually to get up and walk and make myself fit and healthy so I can continue to make videos. So this is the thing. We need to think about what we're actually asking for, and we need to reconcile ourselves to the fact that God does not necessarily give us what we want, but God always gives us what we need, and we always have what we need in sufficiency. We sometimes need to re-scope, reformat our own wants and desires, but at the same time recognizing that actually it's about us coming to terms with what God has given us, not necessarily us making God come to terms with what we want. So what you have is enough. What you want is probably too much. And if there's one problem in this world, it's that a few people want too much and not enough people get what they need. So that hopefully gives you an insight into this problem of prayer. That if God isn't giving you what you ask for, you need to think harder about why that might be. And it's not about God not wanting to give you something. It's about the thing that would be given to you is not necessarily what will make you happy and what you need. I hope that you have enjoyed and have taken something from this message. If you like what I'm talking about and you would like to know something more about a subject on prayer or anything else really, please send me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, really important, so that I know how many people out there are listening to me, and so I also know what sort of material I need to make in the future in order to make this interesting for people, because at the end of the day, I'm doing it for fun, and I hope you're listening for fun as well. But I also hope that at another level, you are getting something deep and important out of this.